or maybe myloop.sh. If you search Control F, in case if you're not here, you can do Control F, means search, and you can say myloop and you will be here. Good, right? Now, what this loop does? So first we understand. So we'll all understand. So here you start with a variable called counter1. So you're starting variable counter1. So what is the value, initial value? 1. Then you're saying while there is a rectangle bracket, while there's a rectangle bracket means condition. There is a space in case if you don't see that there is a space here. And then dollar counter. Dollar counter means the original counter value was 1. So we are saying counter less than, ali means less than 10. It means we don't want 10 is your end value. 10 is your end value and the 1 is your start value. Make sense on? So basically you are kind of guessing that 1 to 10 you're gonna do it, right? Do has its own done. Make sense? Do has its own done. Now echo counter. Echo counter means you start with 1. So it will start with 1. Then you are using this special syntax, which is nothing but mathematics. So counter plus plus. So counter plus plus means you are incrementing by 1. And this way. So this is incrementing 1. I don't use this way because this allow only increment by 1. What if you want to increment by 2? That doesn't work properly. So for that, I don't think plus 2 work like that. It's a little tricky. So for that you need to use counter, right? Equals to, remember expression type of thing. So you need to use expressions. I'll show you. Then you can calculate. This thing is a little tricky because Linux doesn't work like ExaPython programming. So we'll do that. And after that, I'll give a couple of exercises, which you have to change a little bit so you can be comfortable. Remember, you don't have to memorize. What is a loop? Repetition. Why do we use loop? Many times. So like example, somebody asked, create 50 files. How many files? Or 500 files or 1,000 files. Possibility is there. Within a minute, you can do that if you're loop. Sometimes people say, merge this, do this, find it, filter it 50 times. You need a loop. Because if you don't have a loop, you have to do every time running or execution. Loop allows you to do speed up the work. Right? Loop allows you to speed up the work. So like example, if your files has a 50 accounts and you only want to process 20 accounts, through loop you can do that. If you have some kind of concept that first, second, and third column I want to take, fourth column, you can use awk command. But in awk command also you can say if I find like certain things, I'm going to take first 2 or last 2. Then you have to use head, top, all command, head, tail. So you can do mix of command with the loop. So here, when you see here, it's not just a running counter. You can also run through command through get that. So like example, how many files I have? So you can count the files and using that WC minus L, you can add a condition also. So there are so many advanced ways you can do. I'll try to spread out. I'll give you some examples so you'll understand. Loop is not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just we learned in a Python. This loops is advanced. So I'll show you. But right now, why don't you all copy this syntax? You can see on the screen, copy this. And we'll create a new file in our Linux called test1.sh. We'll create test1.sh. Test1.sh will say vi test1.sh. Vi test1.sh. So copy that. Copy this. Control C. Go here. And we'll say vi test2.sh. Vi test2.sh. Vi test2.sh. Press I for insert. Right click and paste. Right click and paste. Right click and paste. Any problem? See, Linux has a color. You want it to name one? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can give any name. Test1.sh, test2.sh, doesn't matter. Whatever name you give permission, you run that one, right? What is the initial value? 1. What is the end value? 10. And what is the increment? We are doing 1. We are incrementing by 1. So basically we are looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Make sense? It will end at 10. So check it out. Now escape, colon WQ. Now I have test2.sh. Some reason I did test2, huh? That's fine. Test2.sh. So I'll give a permission chmod plus x test2.sh. And if I do // test2.sh, and you will see 1 to 10. Give me thumbs up if you are able to do so. People on phone, thank you, Daniels. Good. If you have a problem, please pick up, because this loop, continue, break, all will go together. And I'll make practical use of loop also. Good. Any questions so far? Jeremy? Going well? Any problem?
If you wanted to do control, we right click and paste.
I don't need to use sudo. You can do sudo. You are getting error? Ideally, you should do sudo. Ideally, you should run sudo command. Ideally. So if you are running, normally admin command you run through sudo, but because I created file, I have access to the file. That's why I'm able to run it. Because I created a file, I'm the owner. So I have permission for that. Otherwise, I will not be able to. That's why we use sudo. So sudo means somebody else have created. Still, I can change the permission.
Once you close the file, you change the permission. You want to go back into the file.
VI.
Yes, VI.
VI. So if you want to go here, let's say VI. I'll say VI, and we can say test2.sh and press I for insert. And let's say I want to start with 5. So instead of 1, I'm going to do 5, right? Instead of 1, I'm going to do 5. Escape, colon WQ, and just do run test2.sh, test2.sh, and it will start with 5, and it will go up to 10. Test2.sh. So I started with 5, right? When it was started with 1, I started with 5 now. So it allows me to go to 5 to 10. Make sense? If I want to go back again, vi test2.sh. Right? Now I'm going to reset it back to 1. So first I'll press I for insert, and I'll say, you know what? It's 1. Now you already know that we have 1 here starting, we have 10 is ending, and this. I want to change this first. Please pay attention. I want to change this, and I want to increment like this: 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So basically I'm incrementing by 2. How do we do that? Okay. So for that, expression will be very handy. So if you remember, we have done expression. So I'll bring the expression back. So there are many ways you can do, but whichever works for you. I like this one. So you can see this expression. So let's do this. So here you're doing expression. And if I give that expression to variable, I should be able to get the value. But it's getting a little tricky. So first, normally what I do is I kind of practice in command prompt before I come to here. So first, don't do it, just see here. Okay. So I'll go back inside, and I'm going to come out from the script. So I'll save it and come out. And normally what I do is I do practice here. So let me zoom a little bit so you can see better. So here, let's say example, I say X in my variable. You don't have to do, just see here. X is a variable. I say equal, right? If I say expression space, right? Let's say, let me do this way. X equal to 1. So that's the initial value. Y equal to, right? Y equal to expression, no space between. Then I'll say X plus, right? X plus space 2. Now you can see here, I have X equal to 1, but when I use X, it's not found. Why? I need to use $X. What I need to use? $X. So now I can use up arrow, and I'll say $X. And if I press enter, you can say here 1 not found. Why it's 1? here. That command. Basically, it's looking for tilde. So tech here and tech. Ready? So now it's good. And now you can say echo $y. This is tricky. That's why I always want to practice outside on a command prompt. So let's understand. First, we define, in our case, we have variable, let's say counter. Please pay attention. What is the counter value? 1. So we have 1. So let's say if I want to do increment by 2. So I'll say counter, please pay attention. Counter equals to, no space, okay, equals to tick. You guys remember tick? In tick. Now this counter was the original value, so you need to use dollar counter. Makes sense on dollar counter plus before and after, there should be a space before and after, and 2. So it will convert now, this will be a 3, then next 5, like that. So let's go to program, vi test2.sh. Here, the problem is when you zoom, it's a problem. So you have to come out. Vi test2.sh. Now, I'm going to remove this line. Alignment doesn't matter here. Space matter. Space matter and spelling matter. So alignment doesn't matter. So I'm going to remove this thing. So I can just do dd. I remove I for insert. Now here, I'm saying counter equals to tick dollar counter plus space 2 and tick. So now check it out. So here counter is the counter, same variable. Here you are using tick dollar counter, right? And then you're saying plus, make sure you space before and after, then 2 and tick. So basically you're asking computer to do this mathematics, and whatever the answer you have, you can give it. I'm missing expression, right? I'm missing expression. Sorry for that. EXPR, right? Yes or no? Like that. Question, concerns, doubt.
Before and after the equal sign, it's okay to have a space, right?
No. Here you can't do space. Here, no space.
Before the
Space is here. Space is here.
But after the equal sign, there is...
No, I didn't do space. It's a tick. You know tick. That's a tick is there. No space. No space. It's crazy. It doesn't like that way. If you do space, it will say command not found, and like weird error you will get. Make sense? People on phone, are you guys understanding? If yes, make sure tick EXPR. Tell me everything is okay. Your facial reaction says something wrong. Counter plus 2, right? Tick, 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 right? Tick is a very, the switch beneath the escape, right? Escape colon WQ, and if you run it, test.2.sh, it should work without any problem. See it nicely, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Yes, sir. I'll go inside in case if you're still struggling. Ask question if you need help. Any questions? Getting yes, no? Remember, don't make it hard. We are just changing one line. And that one line we are doing with simple. This variable name was counter. So we are using counter. Then we are saying equal, no space before and after. No space before or after. Then it's a tick. Then tick, closing tick. This is not a single quotation. It's a tick. EXPR is lowercase. Then we are saying dollar. There's a space after XPR. There's a space here. There's a space here. Dollar counter. Then space plus space 1. Sorry, in our case 2. Good. Can you guys quickly do this thing for me? 10, 20, and 30. See if you guys can make the program change. Get 10, 20, 30 quickly. 10, 20, 30. And 20, 30. Always remember start, end, and increment. Linux has two rules. One is the case sensitive, and second is the space sensitive. This is the max I have. Is it better? The reason you might have error because you are doing unnecessary space, or sometimes you are not doing space. You can see nicely, there is no space here, but there is one space here. There is one space here, and there is one space here. You can see nicely. It's not that hard. Tick is tick. Try not to do anything else. Tick is a special type of tick.
There is space.
Yeah, once you follow right way, you always will follow right way. $10, $20, $30. You need to get me answer 10, 20, and 30.
Just changing that 2 to 10 one.
Yeah, you need to do. You need to decide what are the things you need to change so you get that thing. So you will learn how loop works. This expression part is very helpful because without that, you will not get what you want. Good. Yes. Problem? Amar, are you doing good so far?
Was that me, you said?
No.
Oh, okay.
Amar is here. Amar. Amar say, yeah, I'm doing good. Awesome. Good. Okay, so I want to change a little bit. Please understand. I always tell people understand the rules, and I've been mentioning many times. Linux is a case sensitive, space sensitive. When to use space, when not to use space. If you just focus on that, you will have, it will work. Otherwise, you will have unnecessary frustration. Between understanding and not understanding, it will create a slowness. Understand it. When to do space, when not to do that. You see how nicely I'm explaining. There is a space here, there is a space here. So it's very important for you to understand. If you just do random, you will not unnecessarily make mistakes and you will frustrate. Good? Okay. Now I'm going to revert it 1. And here I'm going to do to 1 year. So 1 to 10 again. I'm going to revert it. So, and I run again, it will print 1 to 10. See if you guys can run that. Make your program. So it print 1 to 10. And it is printing 1 to 10. Now I will be teaching you 2 more things. So I put 1 here, I put 10 here, and I also put 1 here. Make sense? So I put 1 here. See here, my cursor is here, so you can see nicely. I put 1 here. I have 10 here. That's my ending, and I'm incrementing by 1.
The one where you have while,
Mhm.
is that a minus L or minus 1?
Remember, I'm telling you. Okay. Jeremy, what are you gonna say? Remember, last week I was saying, speak. Lifetime you remember. Don't even think about one because then you whole my Linux you throw in a garbage. Remember last time I said at least 16 times L. You see this? Right? Remember, it's a Linux, it's not a typing exercise. L stands for less, E stands for equal. You have to respect Linux. You just downgraded Linux. If you say one, there is no difference between you or this common man. Yes or no? You are advanced person. Remember, it's not one, it's a L, right? Remember that L. Good? Okay. In this exercise, we're going to add a little spice. So we want to write a program where 1, 2, see, our program goes all the way to 10. Yes or no? But I want to stop when it program goes at 3. So I'm going to use break. Break will stop the program. Break will stop the program. Make sense? So for that, I need to use if statement also. So you need to be careful. Those who are making typing error, you need to be very careful because forget about programming. You're not able to understand the syntax. See, ideally, you understand one time and you remember it. Just like you're driving car and direction. You drive, you remember it, where you're driving, how you're going. Of course, require a little practice, but it's not like, how should I drive? Right? When you start knowing how driving, follow that. So if statement, we need to add. Now, this is not ready-made, so we need to type it here. So first, before I do it, what I normally go back to my forum and see, is there any if statement? So we can copy paste. Some understanding will get. So here is the if statement. I want you to pay attention. Good programmer, read. This is my professor. When I was studying, my professor used to say, if you are going to be in programming world, you will have A, you might have B, and you need to immediately understand and create a C. If you can do that, you will have no problem. This is called, you get the A, which is the reference point, you get a B, which is also reference point, and you should create C. So this is the program which gives me hint. Now, please understand, if $1, so I don't have $1, but I may have counter. But I will have a counter. GT, so GT I don't need, I need a EQ. EQ stands for equal. And then I can say 3. Then, instead of this, I will be doing break. And if to have a FI. Now, what I just did it in less than 3 seconds, but for you, maybe a day, that's also fine. But you need to understand G stands for greater than, E stands for equal, right? So simplify. Now, if you cut and paste $1, it's not going to work because we don't have $1. We have a counter. So a little bit change we need. We don't need anything else. We want to do break. So we'll try it. But in this one, the most $1 million thing is this rectangle bracket. I can explain. But you are smart. If you just pay a little attention, first attempt you will do right. You don't want to be second attempt, trust me. The second attempt, in my understanding, you are not respecting Linux. Please understand. We are smart. Within 2 minutes, you will understand. After if, there is a space. Always there is a space. After rectangle, there is another space. So before and after, there is a space. Easy? Say yes or no. Then there is a variable. After variable, there is one more space. Then there is a dash. Here we're going to use EQ. No space here. All 3 equal. Then after EQ, there is a space. And we'll say 3. Then there is a space. Then rectangle bracket. Now, this space part, if you carefully understand, you'll be fine. So what I remember is, whenever I do rectangle, 1 space before, 1 space after. Then variable, so in our case, counter. Then after variable, space, EQ. After that, space, 3. Then space, rectangle. And I won't have a problem. If, then, FI. Sounds good? So we're going to do it. So let's go in our script and let's see if you guys do magic. So first, I'm going to do insert here and I'm right here. If, then space, rectangle bracket, space, $counter, space, EQ, space, I will. Space, rectangle bracket, space, then. If that's the case, then break it. And F1. Now let's zoom in. So what did we write? We wrote this much sentence. So see if you guys can nicely do that. Basically, what I'm saying is, if counter equals to 3, stop it. Break means stop it. So you will get 1, you will get 2, but you will not get 3 because you're stopping at 3. Make sense?
You said we shouldn't get 3?
You should not get. Are you getting 3? Oh, you might get because the counter is here.
Okay.
I have to bring this counter back. I think let me change it because you're printing here first, right? So I'm gonna do what do you call YY, right? Let me remove that because you don't need this thing. Because if you print first, then it will be different. So I should be doing print afterwards. So I'll be printing here. Make sense? Echo $count. So technically speaking, you should not get 3. You should not get 3 because you're not printing it. So I moved that echo here. So we are saying, even a 3, stop, break. You're breaking it. Good. Remember, it's a simple rules space. It should not be harder for you. Once you understand, it will be easier for you. And you can see how beautiful, colorful syntax we have. Make sense? Right? I'm going to escape, Control WQ. And if I run it, test2.sh, it will print 1 and 2 and it will come out. Did you notice that? If I go inside, any question which you have, which I cannot, means if you have a question, I can help you. Any questions? Good so far? Right? Remember, we are writing program and program follows some grammars. If you are not able to follow grammar, you will start hating Linux. Not only hating Linux, any programming. Because just like any language has a grammar, every programming has its own syntax. And it is proven that when you follow the right way, you will remember it right way. If you follow incorrect way, you will make more mistakes. So those students who started making mistake, they will repeat the mistake because your mind gets incorrect instructions. So it required 3 weeks, and I think we have spent enough time. But in case you are still making mistake, keep telling you, why am I making mistake? Why am I not understanding space? How hard it is? Your mind will slowly get it. You need to do autocorrect. Don't hate programming. You just correct it, fix it. It's easy. It's just a programming. Now, instead of break, if I do continue here, continue, what will happen? We are saying if it is, sorry, not here, my mistake. Yeah. If I say continue here, what will happen? It will print 1, it will print 2. But when you say continue, it will skip that print and it will start with 4. So it will not print 3. So continue means it skips the cycle. So you go back. It is not, see, what's the difference between break versus continue? Break will stop the loop. Continue will skip the cycle, but loop will not be break. Okay. Loop will be continuing. So right now, let's do that. So instead of break, see if you guys can write continue. So I'm going to write continue. So what is going to happen here? You're saying if this value is 3, it means condition is true, then continue. Otherwise, it will print echo and it will go forward. So just write continue instead of break, save the program, and run it and see, are you able to see 3 or skipped? And you will surprise. Sorry,
Why was it changed?
sorry, my mistake. What's the problem?
We need to change the if statement to greater than.
No, I am coming to that right now. If we here counter equals to 3, right? We should be able to run Control WQ
It just gave me 1 and 2.
test 2.sh. It's only printing 1 and 2. Why? Why it is printing 1 and 2?
And it doesn't seem to finish.
It's not finishing. It's
Yeah.
not finishing. So what happened? 3. It encountered 3. Yes or no? It encountered 3, but it's not going forward. So you do Control C. Control C. Control C means cut it. Control C means cut it. So what happening right now? Please understand. Hello. Hello. Understand. What happening here? It is detecting 3. And it is continuing, but when it's continue, it is not doing this increment. Dollar counter space dash EQ. EQ means equal space 3 space rectangle bracket, press enter, then, and I'll say continue. Continue, and if also always have FR. Now, if you read this program, you started with counter 0. So here you say, hey, increment, so 1, so it will print 1. 1 is less than equal to, no. So it will, but it will come 3. When it comes 3, then it will continue. So when it continue, what will happen? This program has one small mistake to bring this guy down. This one down. Why? Because it will print otherwise. So give me a second. As I said before, I'm thinking and writing. So now looks good to me. So now your program start with 0. Then it comes here 0 plus 1, 1. It will say, is it 3? No. So it will print 1. Is it 3? No. 2. Is it 3? So answer is yes. So it will continue. So 3 this time it will skip 3. Then it will 4, 5, 6. It should work. Give me tada. Hey, works. It works. And you see 3 is not there. Do you notice that? But if I need to make this program that skip 1 to 5, what should I do? Skip 1 to 5. Skip 1 to 5. What should I do? I want to print from 6 to 10. What should I do in this program?
Instead of 3, we should put 5.
That's all? Will it
Yeah.
work? Are you sure? It won't work that way. Something more you need to change. Come on, guys, help me.
You said you want to skip 1 through 5.
Yes, 1 to
Should
5.
you start the counter at 5?
I want to
Oh,
start
you want to
from 0.
skip. So you want to start from 0, skip. Okay. So it has to be both. If the counter is, it has to be greater than
Nice.
5,
Am
greater
I
than
thinking
5.
right? You have to change this condition.
Oh,
You are saying
yes.
if it is less than 6, continue. So less than, so LT, less than. So Maki, you did right for half.
Oh,
But
yes, yes. I didn't pay attention to that equation part.
So here I'm going to say minus insert LT. And here I'm going to do 6 less than 6. If less than 6, continue. Now,
Oh,
let me just check it out.
and
And
it's
then
less
you
than
can do
6,
it.
then continue. Okay, got it.
Hey, it works. You guys agree? 6 to 11, right? So now, why don't you do it here and check it out? Remember, this is not a 1. What is that? LT. Try it out. So you guys see the difference between break versus continue. Break stops that. Continue, skip it. So continue skipping this printing part. Basically, you are skipping printing part. Continue will take it back and you are not printing the value.
Did you get 11 as well?
Yeah, I got a 11. I have to
Okay.
do adjustment. I had to do adjustment here, maybe 9.
It's less than
No.
equal to 10.
Yeah, I get 11. If I need to do, I need to change because I start with 0. I have to start
Oh,
with, I need to start with less than LT here, not LE. If I do LE, it means it's up to 10. So if you do LT, then it will be perfect.
got it. Thanks.
Working? I need some thumbs up from online. Some thumbs up. Some. Okay, good. Please understand, Linux is your best friend. You have to try that. You are learning first time, but you have to practice a little bit. You don't have to be expert. Let me repeat. As you are getting problem, you will be able to see that because Linux has only 15-20 commands. So you can make slowly, connect the dots. It may take time, first time. And that's why it's very important that you do homework, lab, and project. As Vishal is asking, hey, how do I do DD? It means right away, he's not ready for the Linux. I can give you guarantee. There's no way you can forget the last week or week before work. We have to retain that for next 7-10 years. Make sense or no? If people are paying because you know it. You can't say I forgot, right? It's very important. So you have to retain that part. And the retention is the money-making business, right? You see, I'm teaching without any material. The retention is important. Yep. Good so far? Now, please understand we are not typing, so you don't have to write one word by word. Ideally, you see it and you should know how to type. Ideally. That's called program. If you're writing, what did you see? O-N-T-E, you're writing paragraph. I would rather not write it. There's no point to write if you're not understanding. Make sense or no? I'm trying to give my best to explain one by one how it works. But you are still typing, which means you're using your hand. You have to use your head. Without even I show you, you should be able to write. Okay? So now we're going to change topic. We're going to do different topic with the for loop. Okay? Please understand, these are all available in our forum. We are watching, means recording the session, so you can rewind again. But good news, all things in our forum. I'm giving a little bit tweak, so you can understand small tweak itself become a complex. Because your mind has to start thinking about that thing. Make sense? If you have GPS, you can continuously type. But when you remove GPS, your mind start thinking, right? So that's what I'm giving some of the extra variability. Anyway, come out from this program, escape, :WQ. So you can come out from the program. So let's go to forum. And this time, I'm going to do for loop. So don't feel awkward. You will learn as you go further. Some of you are typing problem and that I think you have to deal with, but you will be fine. So now I'm going to go for loop. Yeah, here. You can search Control F loop.sh. Loop.sh, Control F loop.sh, and you should be able to see this. Good? Everyone is good? Please understand, this is the brand new exercise. The only thing you need to do is properly listen and focus. You will be able to do it. There is no reason you will be the last, right? You will be the first if you pay attention. So please pay attention completely. Stop what you are doing. Focus on the first attempt, so you will do it right. So what is the for loop? If you ask me, for loop is my favorite. I normally use for loop. So it's a for x. It's nothing but variable. So I'm saying for is a loop, lowercase 4. I can use any variable, x, I, and 3. Okay. So for x, I, A, B, G, J, whatever variable. Then you say in. This is the variable. Doesn't matter what variable you use. In, and then you can see nice curly bracket, 1, ... 5. So if you do that, it means you start with 1, end with 5. And if you do ... again, it's an increment. So you can have 3 dots, right? First start, and an increment. After that, you have do and done. Do and done. Now, because you are using X variable, you are printing that using echo. Make sense? So if you carefully see that this is not a difficult part. For X in, curly bracket, start 1, dot dot end file. Loop always start with the do, echo $x and done. Make sense? So first we're going to copy this and then we'll check a little bit. So you will have a learning. Again, each time we'll do different programs. So copy this, only these lines, Control C, copy it. I want all of you to be successfully run this program. Give yourself 100%. Copy this thing. Control C. Please understand, for loop is called counter loop, very popular. While loop is called condition loop because it is based on the condition, true or false. Control C. Go back to your Linux, and now we're going to say vi test3.sh. Yes, test3.sh, a brand new file. Remember vi lowercase test3.sh. Test3.sh. And you press enter, and then you press I for insert. Vi space test3.sh, press enter. Press enter, and then press I. And now right click and paste it. Right click and paste. Your code is ready to go. So please understand, your code is very simple. For x in 1 dot dot 5. So start with 1 and with 5. And then do, and here echo $, done. So first we copy this program as is. Now we want to save it. So we'll say escape, colon, WQ. W means write, Q means quit. So escape, colon, WQ. Press enter. At this moment, I created a first time file, so I need to give execute permission. So we'll say chmod plus x test3.sh. Test3.sh. Please understand, the command is simple. You don't have to remember it, or by default chmod is the first, then your plus x space plus x lower x, and the file name, our file name is test3.sh. So no problem at all. Make sure test3.sh, test3.sh, and you give the permission. Once permission is given, now you can run it /test3.sh, and boom, you will see the result. So test3.sh, and you can see 1, 2, 4. Are you guys able to see that? Right? Now, why don't you go back to the program, do vi, go to test3.sh, test3.sh, and see if you can print 1 to 10. See if you guys can make the program change so it print 1 to 10 quickly. 1 to 10. Make your program change so it will print 1 to 10. Vi space test3.sh, change the value by I, press I and then modify. So your program can print 1 to 10 and you should be able to do it, right? Make sense? Those who are understanding, it should not take more than a minute. So you can do vi test3.sh. I come here and I realize, oh, 5 is the end value. So I go there and I X and I and here 10. Put that, save it, escape WQ, and now you run it, up arrow, and it print 1 to 10. Now, little bit difficult. So we know how to do 1 to 10 because if I do cat program, cat test3.sh, you will see the program is very simple. I just did, instead of 5, I did 10. Now, in our forum, we have some hint how to do 1 dot dot 10. And let's say if I want to jump, I can do also jump part. So I want you to add 3 things together and see if you can do that. But first I'll show you the hint, how it works, and then you do the exercise. So if you come here, there is a hint here. See carefully. Do you guys see here? Right? So here, the hint is here. So here, in your situation, you're starting with 1. You're going for 10. Then you do dot dot, do 2 and see what happens. Run your program, right? So your program will go 1, 3, 5. Let's see if it goes there. Remember dot dot, 2 dots. So you should not have any problem. So go to VI and here, after this, press I for insert, dot, dot, and I'll say 2. So what we are doing here, we are starting, hey, curly bracket is here, 1, dot, dot, 10, dot, dot, 2, and curly bracket ends. So that way you're starting, you're ending, and your increment values are there. Once you write that, escape, colon WQ, and now run your program. Test p.sh and give me thumbs up if you're able to do so. Do you think it's hard? Good. Easy. Easy. Now, any questions here? If I ask you, write if statement here, if your values are greater than 6, stop it. If your value is greater than 6, stop it. Quickly write the program. So it should not print 8 or 7 or 9. Anything, if X value is greater than 6, stop it. What are you going to do? In this program, it's printing like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I want, if your value, X value is greater than 6, stop it. Don't print 7 or 9.
Break statement.
Yes, so add an if statement. Try it out yourself. I'm going to write mine own, but you try it out. So we'll say here.
Greater than or greater than equal?
If, then space, rectangle, then space, $X, then space, then here, you don't want to print 6. So you're going to say less than 7, right? So less than 6, basically. I can do less than 6. If it's less than 6, less than equal to, right? Because you don't want to print 6.
It's
so
really hard to see, Tushar. Very small.
I'll zoom it.
Mhm.
You have to try yourself without me.
Yes.
I'm doing myself because you already know LE, then what is the LE? And then 6, and space, then break. F5. I'll zoom in, but you shouldn't be copy mine, right? You should be doing yours. Make sense or no? Right? So we say if $X less than equal to 6, then break it. See if you can run it and see. So there are 3 things we need to cover. We have a 802. Let's take a small break because function will take a little time, and then we'll go to array. And the last but not least, most important thing, control M. Control M will take a little time. No matter what happens, you guys make sure you practice. You should be comfortable with control M because control M will help you for automation. Script is helping you for programming. Control M will help you for scheduling. So if you want to do automated job runs at particular time, Linux has an automatic scheduler called control M. They call cron tab. Sorry, not control M, cron tab, my mistake. So cron tab allows you to run automatically. There are a series of steps are there. Those who are having a typing error, I don't think you can type it because there are a lot of steps involved because that's called ultimate level we are going. And that part may not be good for those who are having typing error, right? If you properly understand then the cron tab will work. So cron tab is tricky. Let me repeat. It's tricky. Many people lifetime don't do it. But if you pay attention, in 10 minutes, you will be able to do it. Good. Okay. Now, I'm hoping all of you are here. Please understand in our forum, there's a little bit detail about function. But Jeremy, everything is okay? Yeah. Movie is about to start, so I thought maybe you can pay attention so we can complete the movie. Yeah. But otherwise, movie first climates will disappear and then it won't be fun. Right? Awesome. So please understand this program. It's pretty simple program I have designed. So I created a function design. Name of the function is design. You can write any name. And then there's a parenthesis. Then your curly bracket starts and curly bracket ends. So this is the beginning of the function. This is the end of the function. And you can write whatever you want. So if I read carefully, function name is design. There is no input, curly bracket start, curly bracket end, and I say echo design. I create another function, design one, parenthesis, curly bracket start, curly bracket end. Inside that I have two echo statements. Inside function, you can write if statement, you can write for loop, you can use while loop, you can use anything. And now if I want to call, so whenever I call, it will look for the name and it will go here and it will execute this syntax. It will go here, it will execute this syntax. It will go here, it will execute the syntax. So you can reuse the function as many times as you want. Now, if you read carefully, the way it works is the first line is called header. First line is the header. First line is the header. You can write a function design. You can write English function. You can write function design, or you can just write that way design. Both way it will work. Function, you can write a function design. You can do that, or you can just write design. It will work as well. Then curly bracket start, curly bracket end, and anything you want, you can write it. So in this, you write any function name, curly bracket start, and then inside you can write Linux functions, you can do mathematics, you can do anything. But it won't work unless you call this function. So if you call at the name of the function, then it will work. So until you call, nothing will happen. Make sense? So in case, let's say I write these two things. I write two functions, 1 and 2, and I save up to this. If I run my program, nothing will. You have to call the function in order to execute the logic. Make sense? Can I call the same function multiple times? The answer is yes. Makes sense. Any questions so far? Whatever I explained, anything which is not very clear, please ask.
There a bracket space between the curly bracket and the interrupted?
That there is no problem. If you do, there is no problem. Here, there's no issue with the space. You can have the space, or if you do space, if you don't do space, you will not have any problem. Make sense? So let's go to Linux and we'll write manually so you will understand how it works. So we'll write manually. So we'll say, okay, ready? We'll say vi test4.sh vi space test4.sh test4.sh and then press I for insert. So far so good. Press enter. I for insert. Now here I'll write function. I write function as a name, lowercase function. Just write function. function function, and you can say hello. And curly bracket, press enter, and curly bracket close. And inside that, you're going to say echo hello world, like that. So let me zoom in so you can see carefully. Give me a second. I'm going to put this thing in a side like that so you can see better. So function, hello, curly bracket start, curly bracket end, inside I say hello world. So what is the function name? Hello. And in the curly bracket, whatever you write, it's called body. So I write right now, hello world. Make sense? Everything is lowercase. Try not to be capital, uppercase, lowercase, mixed case. Just write lowercase. Function, hello. Function, hello. Good. This is the advanced level. It's kind of modular program, but content and concept is almost same. Now, after that, I'm going to give some space and I'm going to write a comment, calling function. And here I'll say hello. That's it. I'm writing hello. So when I write hello, it matches this hello and it will execute this line. Make sense or no? It has to match the spelling. Can I write another hello? Of course. Can I write multiple times hello? Of course. So this is called reusable. So every time you write, computer will go run it. Every time computer will go run it. Make sense or no? Any question, concerns, doubt? Yeah, I wanted to teach both. So one with function, one is without function. Because I think it works both ways. There is a quiz coming. There is a quiz coming. And in quiz, there is a syntax called function. So if I don't teach that, you will say, no, you didn't mention. So that's why I'm preparing you. Ready? Okay. So save this thing. How are you going to save? Escape, colon, WQ. WQ means write and quit. Escape, colon, WQ. And right. Now we need to give permission, chmod plus X test4.sh and then run it. Test4.sh and see, ta-da! Did you guys see chmod? And when you run, how many times you got? 2 times hello world, because I'm calling 2 times. If you're able to run it, give me thumbs up. If you are not able to run it, please ask what's happening. I'm going to do cat, so you can see your program and my program, cat test4.sh, so you can see that how it happened. So this one, hello, is calling this function, hello, and it is printing hello. So one time hello world came, and again it is calling, and it is printing hello. So there are 2 times, because I called 2 times. Make sense? Right? The most important thing is typing. So let me go back to my program inside one more time. So in case some of you are having trouble, you can still make it. I got VI and press I for insert. I for insert. What happened? Something else happened. Okay. VI test.sh. So you can see how nicely the function is. You can see nicely. Right? I have echo here, right? Hello world. Please see in the thing, don't make it hard. Function, hello, right? Function, hello.
I have a problem. It was saying something is wrong with my brackets. So after function hello, those first brackets, they're green, and then the second ones,
No, it's
they're
not
red.
No, it's not a green and all. You need to make sure it's a parenthesis and one is a curly bracket. Curly bracket. One is a parenthesis. So
Oh, okay, I got it mixed up. Okay.
Be careful with the curly bracket. You will see right away. Careful. This one is function has this one, and begin is a curly bracket, ending is the curly bracket. Good. Now I'm going to write another function just for learning purpose, but this time I'm not going to write function as a word. I'm not writing function as a word, right? So in that case, let's say I say, just like example, I'll say for design. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Insert. Let's say I'm writing here design. This time I'm not writing function, parenthesis, and curly bracket start, curly bracket end, design. And here I'll say echo, sorry, my mistake. I'll say echo, double quotation, some kind of design, star. I'll say $1, $1, and then $1. Just do that. I'll show you something so you will understand what I'm trying to do. So here I'm using design. Let me make it zoom a little bit. See carefully, design. So here I'll say design. And here I'm using $1 for a reason. I'll show you why. So you can pass something from here to your function. And when you pass it's $1. But if you pass second, it's $2. So you can make your function with some kind of parameter you can pass. So here I have 2 functions. One is hello and one is a design function. In design functions, I'm saying echo, double quotation, star, and space $1. Make sense? What is the function name? Design. So here, check it out. When I run my program, I can order, doesn't matter. I can run hello or design. And if here I say design, and let's say I can say double quotation top. So what that means? It means I'm calling design functions, and I'm saying take Tom as a $1. But let's say if I run again, design, and I'll say Mike. If I say Mike, so same function will be called, but this time it will be Mike. So if I want to pass second one, just do space and $2. If I want to pass three things to function, $3. So you can make your function more intelligent. Like example, you're doing addition, then you need to pass two things, right? A and B, right? If you're doing login, then you need to pass two things, username and password. Make sense? People on phone, any question here? I'm expecting you can type correctly, but otherwise explanation part, I'm trying my best. Again, these are tiny functions, but you can make it functions more advanced also. You can use loop, you can use case statements, you can do all those things. So now do escape, WQ. Now run your program and see the magic. And you can see first one, hello world. But the second one, you got Tom, you got Mike also, because your function is more intelligent. So if you do cat test 4.sh, you see everything now. You see your function. You will see your function. So first function is just a simple hello, and second functions you are passing $1. When you're calling, you're passing the value also. Make sense? If you don't call your function, nothing will happen. So the most important part is calling. So here you are calling. Order doesn't matter. You can call hello first, or you can call design. When you call design, you're passing Tom or Mike as an input. So your function becomes interactive. Any questions so far? Working? Is there any luck? Good. Good so far? Please understand, every word makes sense. When you write a function, you write a function name and then parenthesis. Parenthesis means round shape. Then you have curly bracket, and inside curly bracket, you can write whatever you want. Make sense? You can write like example, copy functions. You can write login functions. You can write database insert function. You can write email function. So you can write as many functions you want, and your program become more useful. Good? Awesome. So now let's go back to our forum, and I want to show you something. We did for loop. So there's a concept called sequence. In case if you do not know, you can do the sequence also, but I like to do this way: 1 ... Remember we talk about 5. This is what I like, but there is a concept called sequence also. You can use it with tick. Let's do this one so you will understand. Are you guys able to see this thing? If you scroll down, function with parameter, are you guys able to see? Right? Are you guys able to see? Okay. So please understand, in this program, what is the function name? Design to. And I'm saying I'm going to pass first, which is called pattern, and then I'm using for I in sequence 1, 2, 3 means 1, 2, and 3. This loop will work 3 times, and whatever you pass, it will create a design for me. And do has it done, and the function has its own curly bracket. So let's repeat what it is. So here, this is the starting point, this is the ending point. Now when I call this design, it will call this thing, it passed the pattern. So pattern means design, so it will receive by this pattern. This loop will work 3 times. Every time it will print design for you. Make sense? Are we understood? Really? So do one thing. If you want to copy, if you want to do whatever page you want to do. So let me see if I can. If I do this one, I want to give a little bit increased font because font is getting smaller, and I want to help you. But see if this gives me benefit. Let's try this way.
Better.
No, it is better, but the VI editor doesn't work. That's the problem. So VI test. What was that? Test 4 or 5? Test 5. No, are you kidding? You kind of should be. Was 4. See, VI doesn't work. VI doesn't like Zoom. That's the problem. So VI test 4, I believe. See, it doesn't like. The problem is, see.
Use putty, is the same problem?
No, Putty doesn't have that problem. Sorry.
That's what happened to me earlier.
Yeah, so you can't do Zoom. So the solution of this, there is a solution. You come SQ column and you have to reduce the font size. That's the only solutions you have. So I click here and reduce this font. If I reduce, it will work. So VI test 4.c. Still it's having a little bit problem. But see, it doesn't like that. That's my biggest problem. I really want to increase the font, but it's not helping me. So if I do VI, let me, sorry for that. There is one more technique. Let me try that. If that works, I think that would be better. You don't do, you're being good. I'm going to do Cloud Shell. Okay, just for better font. I'm going for Cloud Shell for better font because you may like bigger font. Cloud Shell will allow. Let me see if I can do that. It's system out. Oh, come on. I don't want to go to system out. Create VPC endpoint. No, open. Okay. Come on, come on. Come on. Yeah. So this is better font. I think you may like this. Okay. I'll try this one. For you, everything. Okay. So trick is here. It won't work perfectly, but that's fine. At least we can run that. So you see this is called Cloud Shell. So that's not really Linux. Gives you a little bit Linux type of flavor. But who cares? We are going to learn what we want. Okay. Then this one font will be better. So we'll say VI. I'll say test5.sh. This is a new program. VI test5.sh. This one doesn't have a problem with Zoom, which I like. VI space test5.sh. Brand new program. VI test5.sh. Makes sense or no? I press enter. Good. Press I for insert. Now remember we copied this thing from here. So copy the design too, like that. Copy this, or you can copy up to this. Copy this up to this. See on the screen, please. Copy this thing up to this. Copy up to this. Doable? Copy up to this. So Control C. Now I have already done insert, so right click and paste it. Right click and paste it. It will ask you, hey, do you want to paste? Just say paste. If it is asking. See, it's more readable. Do you guys agree? Yes or no? More readable. And it's Meleki, you may like it. Yes or no?
Yes, I already printed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked.
It works. Yeah. So
Yeah, I ran it.
yeah. So design to. No, I'm saying the font. Do you like my font now? A bigger font.
A font, yeah, I like it. This is much better. Yeah.
So this one is.
I couldn't see. That's why I was typing by myself.
No, I understand, but VI has a problem with Zoom. So this one is a cloud shell, which it's kind of similar. So now here, let's understand what we are doing. Design is going to call function. It's going to pass pattern. So the pattern will be used. This one is going to repeat 3-time loop, and each time it's going to print pattern. So you will see 3 of this, and you will see 3 of this. Make sense or no? So this nice function help you to print pattern 3 times. So please save it. So how are you going to save? Escape colon WQ. Escape colon WQ. Escape colon WQ. Press enter. So you can save this thing. And once you save it, now give chmod plus x test5.sh, and then now run it and see, wow, it works. And ta-da! So did you notice that 3, this one, and then you got 3, this one. How did you get that? Because you have cat command into cat test5.sh, and you can see now these functions, you are calling these functions and you're passing this pattern. The pattern is received here, that is you stored as a pattern, and this loop is printing 3 times. Whatever pattern you are passing, it is repeating 3 times, and that's why you are getting 3 times. Then you're calling same function twice, passing the pattern, new pattern, and you're getting this thing. Good. Clear? Any questions? Okay. Now you escape. WQ, sorry, I'm already outside, so no problem. Now I'll go back to our forum and I want to teach you this one. This is another function. So you can see here the function name. Please see on the screen so you will understand full name. I'm expecting 2 inputs. How many input? 2 input. And then I'm saying hello $1 $2. Means if I call function name, I'm passing Mike and Smith. So it will say hello Mike Smith and hello Annie William. So can I pass parameter to function? Answer is yes. You can pass, just like last example, I was passing only 1 parameter called pattern. Here I'm passing 2, but you got the idea. So a function is nothing but it's just like a small program which you only can execute when you call it. Can I call multiple times? Yes. Good. So next one, if you see here, this function is add function. So please see on the screen, this function is add. I'm expecting 1 and 2 input. So far so good. I'm expecting 1 and 2 input. Then I'm doing expression and calculating C, and I'm printing C. Now can I pass add this, add this, add this, add this, add this? Yes or no? Each time I add, I'm calling the function, I'm passing different values. Yes or no? That's it. And every time it will run, it will run, it will run, it will run. And it will give you answer. So you can see first time I call 3 5, it will say 8. Second time 20 40, it will say 60. Next time 6 2, it will be say 4. Next time 4 7, it will say 11. How it works? Let's test it out. So copy up to this portion, up to this, Control C, copy that. Please try to follow along and try to do that. Just not watch it, do it. That's the best way to learn. Do it. Right? Control C, copy that. Control C, Control C, copy. Go back to your VI editor. This time we'll do new program, VI test6.sh, VI test6.sh, VI test6.sh, VI test6.sh. Press enter. Now press I for insert, and right click and paste it. And paste it. So far so good. Right click and paste it here. So I have add functions, right? Now escape, colon WQ, just save it and come out and give a permission, chmod plus x test6.sh, and run it and see you are getting the result or not. And you can do cat test6.sh and you can map it. So when you copy paste this function. Now when you call this thing, you're calling add, you're passing 3 here, 5 here, and 3 and 5 here. So it will do 3 plus 5, 8, and answer will be 8. First time 8. Second time you're going to again call, you're passing 20, 40. So first will be 20, and second will be 40. So you're going to get 60, and then 4, and then 11. Make sense? And you can notice that you are getting that answer here appropriately. The only thing we are doing is copy paste right now because I have already done this functionality. I want you to make sure you understand every aspect of how it works. So this is your function. This is your function. These are the one calling these functions. You're passing the value. When you paste this program, you do escape WQ, you run it. And when you run it, make sure you give permissions. After giving permission, you will see the result. So mechanism is still same. Save it, give execute permission, run it. Good. So far so good. Yep. Moving along, now array. Now array in my understanding is a little bit, I would say, if you think about variable, you can hold one value or it can hold multiple values. So if you say a equal to 5, you can hold only one value. But if I say a equal to 6, now you can have 6 only, 5 is gone. If you say a equal to 10, 6 is gone, now 10. But how do I maintain all value? That array comes in picture. So array means list of value. I have multiple programs, but we'll do one program and then we'll jump into cron tab. You guys can do that part. It's all in my script. But first program, I'm going to explain it nicely so you guys can appreciate it. Good. So first, array, when should I use array? So in case, let's say if you want to have multiple value, you can write this value like this way. So red space green space blue, you can write it. And this is become your array. You are using parentheses and it's a list of value. So you're giving list of value to color. So colors become array. Array means list of value. Array means list of value. Now, if you forgot yellow color, you can add another array to the existing array. So now yellow will be added in this list. Now, if you want to read colors black, means in this array, if array starts with 0, then you are replacing green and you are adding black. Because you are saying array colors on first position, whatever you have, write in a black. So this one is called index. If you say unset color 2, unset means delete. Means if you say go and delete this one. Unset means delete. Now if you say echo colors at, so put all element in the array. So it will print color, dollar means print colors in a rectangle bracket at this thing. Again, you can't remember, neither I remember, but you need to understand how it works. And when you say echo this way, so it will say how many elements you have, number. This one will print number of elements. This one will print all elements. So let me just want to explain here with the result so you will understand. Here, see both at the same time. So when you started, you had a red, you have green, you have blue. Now you added yellow here. You added yellow. Then you are saying unset color 2. So this is, if it is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So unset 2. So 2 means I'm assuming blue will be gone. Then you are saying color print all. So blue is gone. So what you have? Red, green, and yellow. So you can see you're writing black also, right? So you're writing black. So green is also gone. And here you have black, my mistake. So you have red, black, and yellow. So you can see the answer, red, black, and yellow. Now, because you have only 3 color, this one will print you what you have is 3 color. Now, there are many examples I have. Like example, if you like this one, see here. If you like this one, how many items you have? 3. So array is fruits. Now, if you want one at a time, so this is a 0. So you can say dollar array index. Index is 0. So apple. Index is 1, banana. Index is 2, cherry. Make sense? And if you do this one, you're going to loop all items. Right? So why don't we try this one? This might be easy. If you're here, copy this portion. Copy this portion and Control C. Go through this. And it will print first fruit, print here. Second, so this will print apple, banana, and cherry. right? So this one will print apple, banana, cherry, but here one at a time. This one is looping and printing that. Make sense? What is the array name? What is the array name? Fruits. Yes or no? Which can hold multiple value. Can I add more value? Of course. Right? Select to escape. Colon WQ. Now give chmod loss x test 7.sh and dot test 7.sh and give me thumbs up if you are able to run it and you got the value. Good. Okay. Anthony, doesn't look like working for you. Then smile. Little smile on your face. Like something doesn't work, look like that. Okay. Okay. So at this moment, we are last step of our cron tab. Cron tab does not work in this one shell. Cron tab does not work on shell. It works in a normal. So I have to go back to normal. So don't cry. Cron tab properly doesn't work on shell, but it works here. So we'll use it. Now, before I start cron tab require multiple steps. And this is the ultimate. Anyone who say, I have done so much thing, then this is the ultimate thing you can do it, which is now we are going in a automated scripting. Now, automated scripting, why would you do automatics? Like example, at 1 o'clock, you want Linux script to run and take a backup. 2 o'clock, you want to run and delete the database. 3 o'clock, clean up the script. 4, go to FTP, get the file, download it. Some of you are doing project, right? Internship project. Did I say that? Yes or no? So you can automate that. So those who are doing internship project, right? I gave you that project where you can do that type of automation. But all the automations in Linux happens through cron tab. So what is cron tab? So first, I want you to type here command. Let me zoom in so you can write a command. Write a command here. Please type cron tab space -L capital. So you will say, it will say cron tab not found. You guys agree? It means by default, Linux does not have a cron tab installed. Make sense? So I have done some homework. Again, the last time it worked doesn't mean it will work here, but we'll try. So we need to install it, first of all. So there are, before we install, just want to make sure in interview people may ask you, cron tab, what is the cron tab? So it is a job. Job means automated program. So cron tab -L means list out. Is there any program running on this machine? Right now, it is not even installed. But if I install, if I do cron tab -L, it says no program running. But let's say if you want to change it, then you can do -E. I believe it's capital E. I have to check, but it's cron tab space -E capital E. So you add it. Make sense? There are L and E you will use often. Now cron tab has a 4 or 5 steps. So it's not that straightforward. The first step require is a schedule. What do you call? Schedule. So sometime in interview, people ask, do you know what is cron tab schedule means? So they call 5 star. How many star? 5. Don't lose me. These are very important topic. Don't even think to do multitasking because you are failing last mile. This is called cron string. Many times people call cron string. What that mean? Each star has a meaning. Each star has a meaning. So like example, if you want to run your job every minute. So 1 star focus on minute. 1 star focus on hour. 1 star focus on day. 1 star focus on week. 1 star focus on week of month. Day of month. So if you say run job on Monday, then you pick this one. If you say run job every minute, then you pick this one. If you say run every hour, you pick it here. If you every Sunday or on 25th of the month, you can do. So you have opportunity to do mix match. So example, run job at 1 o'clock and 10 minutes. Then you pick 2. But if you say run at every 1 o'clock, then you only pick our thing. So this concept It's called cron string. Speak with me. Now, it's not a rocket science. There are lots of material available, so you can get it. In our forum, we have documented, so you don't have to memorize. I don't memorize. Now, tricky part. First of all, minute, hour, day, week of month is there. But you don't have up to second. So cron tab or cron cannot be scheduled at second level. There is no point to do second level. But minute level you can do. So example, if I say 2 here, then every 2 minutes. But this is not every 2 minutes. Exactly 2. After 3, it won't run. 4, it won't run. But if you want to run every 2 minutes, you can say star /2. That means every 2 minutes. We say every 6 hours. Then you can say star 6. It means every 6 hours. Can I do 6 and 10? Yeah, possible. Can I run 2, 4, and 6? Yes. So there are complexity you can make it. Infinite opportunity you have. How many? So most of the software using cron tab, cron string, they call cron string. So those who are using Jenkins, DevOps students, Jenkins, they have cron string. Almost cloud works with cron string because its cloud is Linux, and so that's why it's very popular. For example, if you have camera, then camera also cron string. So you can take a picture, you can take a backup. All whenever you have automation, mostly people use this. Is 30 years old concept, and it still works. So first of all, okay. So first is a we call schedule. The second is what to run on that time. So example, if you say every 2 minutes, what do you want to run? Script. What do you want to run? Script. Script is nothing but your program. Shell script. Right, Anthony? So every 2 minutes you want to run, but what? Shell scripting. So shell scripting, if you want to run it, then you need to write that program, which we have been doing. Then you need to give execute permissions. You need to make sure everything is there. Then this script will run. Now, I'm going to show you. There are so many steps are there. Those who are making typing error so far, I'm pretty positive you cannot do it because there are 3-4 files we need to create. First file, we need to create program. We'll do a hello world type of program. Second, we need to create a schedule. Third, we need to test it. So there are 9 to 12 steps are there. It's not complex, but if you're not following basic steps, then this may not be easy for you because we have to create multiple files and we may have error also. The troubleshooting is also important part. But if you understand mechanism, it's not hard. It takes hardly 8 or 9 minutes for me. Many people take hours and hours and they are not able to make it. So how it will work? Let's go to our forum first. Make sure you pay attention. This is the ultimate activity we are going to do. Ultimate. First of all, what is cron tab? So cron tab has E for edit, right? L for list, R for remove, right? V for verbose. So R means remove. Now, if you come down, here I mentioned about some steps, right? Here, the first is a minute, second is hour, third is day of month, fourth is a month, fifth is a day of week, and then command. So like this. So if you read these things, the 15th, so 15th, only 1/5 it will run. So in an hour, anytime when you have 1/5, it will run. Star means any hour, star means any hour, star means any day, star means any month, star means any week. Makes sense or not? But 15 means 15. And then you are going to run this.
Means it's running like once per hour.
Correct. But if you want to run like every
15.
15 minutes, you write this. Make sense? So there are a lot of permutations you can do, infinite permutations. But first thing, how many stars you have? 5. How many? 5. If you can not remember, at least you should know minute, hour, day of month, day of week. So minute, hour, right? Minute, hour, day of month, then month and day of week, right? You can use it. Now, if you scroll down, if I see this thing, it gives you 10th hour. If I do 1 and 25, it will run 1st and 25th day of the every month. Makes sense or not? If I do comma, it means 1 and 25, right? So there are many options like that. Now here, we are going to first install the cron tab because we don't have cron tab. Without running, how can I run cron tab when I don't have? So first, listen carefully. We are going to install. So we'll say sudo yum update, then we'll say y, then we'll say RPM, this one, RPM will query if we have, if not, we're going to install that. So we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do. If this works, then I can teach you. Otherwise, I cannot teach you. Okay. Hope for best, step by step, you're going to do it. Okay. Let's do it. So sudo yum install, follow along and be proud that you can do it yourself. Remember, watching, you can't learn it. You have to do it. So sudo command yum update. So go back here and right click and paste it. And it will start updating your sudo yum update. Remember, you're doing and you're learning. So right now it will update your links, nothing to update, which is brand new, no problem. So that command worked well. Then we'll say RPM Q, Q means query, and we'll say cronning. Do we have cronning? So right click, paste, enter, and say cronning is not installed. Q means query. You're querying, hey, does package install? It's not installed. Not a problem. Not a problem. Moving along. So now it's time for me to install. You can see everything is in my forum. I'm not typing, I'm copying because I did homework for you. Make sense or not? Now, I hope you can do copy, paste, and run it, and you don't have to be worried about it. So now we are installing cron tab. Seems like went well. So today is lucky day, right? Now cron tab install. Now we're going to start the service. So we are enabling service and paste it here, right click, paste it. So enable the service means if I restart my machine, it should be start. If I restart my machine, I want to start now. So I'm going to use this command and it will start. And you see how easy it started. Today is lucky day. And now if I do cron tab minus L, it will not say command not found. Instead, it will say job is not there. Look at that. So minus L, sorry for that, minus L, and give me thumbs up that, hey, cron tab is installed. It works. Cron tab minus L, no cron tab is running for this user. Give me thumbs up if you're able to do cut and paste and run it. Be proud of your machine. Be proud of your action. Remember, all things we did cut and paste from our forum. I need more thumbs up. Come on. Remember, there is no reason to study Linux if you cannot do the last step. This is the reason you are studying Linux, that you can automate it, right? So far you're learning programming, but that's not automation. That is just a part of the process. Last step, which is this one. You see, itself was not there. Even Linux was not installed. We installed the package. So you know how to install the package. By default, Linux comes with a cron tab, but AWS remove that. So we install it. So if you have, like example, True CentOS or Red Hat or Fedora, cron tab is by default there. Here we install. Good. Can I count everyone is installing? So first step is install. Now, following along, we installed that. So first of all, I'm very happy. Now, you need to follow me with the step by step. These steps are a little bit longer, but it's not that difficult. The only thing you need to follow is the copy paste. Okay. But before I do copy paste, I'll tell you what we are doing and why we are doing. So this will give your mind kind of grasping power. Please understand. Installations, in my understanding, anybody can do. You see how bold commands are there. You just need to run this command. And don't tell me that you cannot copy paste and run command. Trust me, there is nothing you can do if you cannot do that part, right? Yes or no? This is our 6th week going on. At least we should know how to copy, paste, and run and be proud. Okay. Yum command we have done many times, so it should not be a surprise. We have everything running. Now I want you to see here what I'm trying to do here. So this is our first hello. You don't have to do anything, just see here. This is our first block. So this first block is for example only. But how it works? So this is actually main script. So this is our main script. So if I say my cron.sh, I can give any name. So example, I wanna run email. So like example, Bank of America at 1 o'clock send you emails. Your what do you call monthly statement. So you can say statement.sh, statement.sh, and that statement.sh every month on 30th or 29th, it will run. 28, because some February you don't have it. So 28 it will run. So those almost anywhere you go, there will be hundreds of jobs. And if you are working as a Linux admin or system admin, this is one of your responsibilities to support. If sometime you have error, you have to find them and fix it. So right now I'm using mycron.sh. That's my master script. So first of all, so you know how to create VI, create it. Now, interesting thing. When you create the script, so far we are giving a name VI, it comes and we press I. And then we start writing program. In cron tab, you have to write first line CD. CD. Why? Because when you are creating this program, you may be a user 1. You will be running user 1. But when you run cron, automatically you will run as a root. So the user, wherever the file he creates and wherever root runs, they are totally different location. To solve that problem, you have to do CD. It means when root runs, it will go to here and it will go to the exact same location where the file was created. Make sense? So always do CD and your user, because your let's say my username is Tom, then my file name will be, I will write CD home Tom. Let's say my user is Mike, then I say CD /home Mike. Make sense? Because each user will have their home directory. Give me thumbs up if you understood what I'm explaining. I need thumbs up. Only 1%. 99% people do not understand this thing. They spend whole day and say it works in my machine, it doesn't work. The reason? Because no books in the world will say this. And that is why people never be able to complete this. It works completely locally, but it does not work when you do schedule, because there are two different users. To solve that problem, you have to give a proper path. I can give you guarantee any book you will see, the first line will not be there, CD. Because they assume it doesn't work.
Root path, because
You as a normal user, do you think you will have permission when you develop? Say yes or no.
no.
Thank you. Do you understand now? How can you have root permission when you are developing? You want. No one will have root permission. No one. Only one person will have, is a system admin, and he is not going to give you anything. So you will always create in your home directory. But root cannot directly go unless you tell root to go. So right now we are telling root, hey, go to this directory and then do it. First line is clear. Now inside whatever you want to write, listen carefully. Whatever you logic you want to write, like example, go to FTP, copy file and transfer, or run pig file or hive file, scoop file, or go to database and take a backup, or go to database, extract and create a file to FTP. Here the magic happens. So those who are doing internship, I'll give you a project here. Cron tab itself will be the project, complex project. But tonight, if it doesn't work, at least one student will be able to run. I'll feel good. I'm not having high expectation because I understand some time copy paste is difficult. The way I'm teaching, I may have more success, but I cannot guarantee that you all will be able to do it. The only thing you need to do is copy paste, but sometimes we make mistake in copy paste also. Okay, so what we are doing here in this line, second line, pay attention. Second line, we are saying tick. Did I mention tick? See how nicely I say tick. So that means I'm saying, hey, take a date, which is today's date, and today's date and time I need. D capital means date, so you will have date, MMDDYY, and HH MM, and SS, which is second. So I get it, and I'm passing to TS. TS means timestamp. You can use any variable. And then I'm using echo $TS and 2 times. That's called append. And I'm creating a log file. I'm creating log file. What am I creating? Why am I doing 2 times?
Append to append.
Append. So what I'm trying to try here, please understand such a beautiful way. I'm saying cron, run it. It will run. It will check the date and time, create a variable, and it will write and log. So you will see 1 entry. After again cron will run, you will see 2nd entry. Run again, entry. Because I cannot teach you FTP database here. But what happens if my process properly working, every 2 minutes I'll ask, cron, run this script. It means every 2 minutes I will see timestamp change, yes or no? And it will keep appending. If it works, it means my process works. Then what I need to do? I just need to change this script. If I change the script, it will keep working, because once I create a schedule, I just need to change my logic, then it will keep working. Make sense? The first difficult part is the making sure the cron set up correctly. When I started first time, I believe 2003 or 2004, 6-7 books I read, because I used to teach this Linux 250, I believe 250, this big book. The old-fashioned CompTIA was 250, they call 250, exam was 250, this big book. But the last topic was this 4 or 5 books, nothing works, because none of book explain properly. It took me quite a lot of time. Sometimes I have to spend Saturday and Sunday, doesn't work. And I feel awkward because I can't teach student. The secret I realized that first you need to set up a script properly. Once it runs, then expand. The whole books explain about FTP and all, but the framework it doesn't explain. So you write a code, but it doesn't work. What's the point? Right? So first I do reverse. Create a hello world, and that hello world has to work as a schedule. Then change the script, because it's gonna work. Make sense or not? It's gonna work. So right now, if somebody asks what this 3 line does, first it will take you to the home directory. This one will take you date and timestamp, hour, minute, and second. This write log. So this will create a log file. But where it will create? I'm already in a home directory, so log file will be created under home directory. Do you guys agree or not? That's the secret. Because if I remove these things, tell me where the log file will be created. And root you may not have permission. So now you have no idea. Do you see the problem? So the base secret is you create a home directory, let it be run where, so you can debug. You can also add here, email yourself. So you can email whole log file to yourself. So I used to do that. So when we use Chrysler, I wrote like hundreds of this cron tab, because we used to do manually. I mentioned many times, I used to go there, Southfield, and I have to run a lot of things manually, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Sometimes you get tired. But once I figured it out, this is very simple. You schedule it, send email. And email also, if it is successful, remember $? So I add a question mark, if $? equal to 0, send success, send error. So you know, if it is error, you have to rerun. That part is clear. So any question with this 3 line? That's your step 1. Any question? Crystal clear? Clear? Okay. So rest of the things is pretty simple. You know, saving, you give a permission, you run it. And when you run it, you will get a log. So when you run, it will run and get you 1 entry in the log. You can get a log and you can see that. Make sense? Then this part you have to test independently. So you test it, which you already know how to test it, because you can run it and it will enter the value. Good. Next. So that's a step. The B step is you're creating a cron entry. You're creating a cron entry. So cron entry divided into 2 sections. One is a schedule and second is the job. This is the same file you just created. But you can see I have complete path. Do you guys see that? This is called complete path. We call absolute path. Speak with me.
Absolutely.
So you start with slash. Means no matter who runs, it will always run. Because you're saying slash home EC2 user micro. So there is no relative path, absolute path. So far you're running with this way. Do you guys remember? That means current directory and you're running. This is not going to work when you run in cron tab. Because when you say dot, it will go to root and it won't find it. So you always give absolute path. So here you are giving absolute path of your program or script. And here you are saying */1. What that mean? Every minute. And rest is ***. Why am I doing 1? So I can, in every 1 minute, I can check. And within 1 minute, if time update, bingo, it worked. Very simple. In a real life, if say every 1 hour, then instead of here, you're going to do star here 1. Make sense? So that's a cron string. You have to adjust it. Now, trick is this one is a 5-star. Remember that. So no matter what you do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This /1/2, those are additional, but 5-star has to be there.
If you have to do every hour, then you would do star, then */1, and then ***.
Yeah, no, normally what I do, you can't do that way. If you do every 1 hour like this way, right? This one, you can do that. But then I normally, what I do is I put like every 1 hour on 1 minute like that. So I have predefined thing. I normally do that, but you can do star if you want to. But in that case, you don't have. So what I say, 1 minute, 1 o'clock, 2 minutes, or 1 o'clock, or exact 1 o'clock, then 0. Define something. I normally do that way. So you have a precision, because sometimes there is a little bit gap and it might run twice. So you have to be careful. So giving like predefined, it will only run 1 time. So far, so good. So the second step is creating I give a name here. You can have any name, but I normally give a cron. Why? Because it has 2 sections. One is a schedule section, and second is the job section. This is my B section. This is my A section. Question with the B section. Question with the B section. B section file creation is same. VI file name .cron. I normally give a name .cron. You don't have to, but you can give the same name and you save that file. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you know what? It's actually in the next section with the capital L. I'm getting some pushback on that.
Yeah, L, because this is not a real cron tab. The one we are installing is different, so it's a lower L.
Okay, thank you.
In a real cron tab, this L is capital. Okay, so we have how many sections so far we discussed about? A and B. Now we are going to say these files, creating file, though you know very well. Now we are going to say these one to be added in a cron. So the way you add is this command, cron tab. Cron tab is a command and your file name. So when you do that, it will add entry. It will add entry. So it will now add entry. Once you add entry, it start counting. And every 1 minute, it will start running. So when 1 minute happens, it go to this script, it will run this thing, it will create a log. Every 1 minute, it will go here, it will run a log. Every 1 minute, it will go here, it will create a log. Makes sense? Now, once you set up, then you can change whatever you want. You want to send email, you want to add more, you want to do anything, you can do that, right? And in order for us to double check, we can do tail log. So we can just use command tail -f log. So we can see, is there anything added? Is there anything added in a file? Is there anything added in a file? So tail -f means show me what is added at the bottom. What is added at the bottom? So if I continuously see something, it means my cron is working. Make sense? But let's say you feel like, hey, I don't want to run now. So what you can do is you can do cron -e. You can say cron -e. Cron tab -e. You go there. This is the file, and just add a hash sign. If you do hash sign, means you comment out job. It means it won't run. It won't run. Very simple. Make sense? So we're going to do step by step. I hope you will follow. I really think can do it. The only skill you need is a copy and paste and follow the steps. We are not writing a single command. We're going to follow everything what we have. After successfully run, we can modify. But framework is in front of you. So let's see if you can follow it. So let's go. First, we're going to copy this section. This section. Be proud and follow along. Don't watch and wait. Just do it. Copy this 3 line. Copy this 3 line. Anybody can do it. As I said before, it's not a rocket science, just following the steps. Right? Copy these 3 lines. Control C. Now, I'll go back here. And for me, I have to minimize it. You know that it's going to be trouble if I don't minimize. So I'll say VI. And I'll say, see, first of all, where I am right now, you can see my script location, PWD. I am in a home EC2. Do you guys agree? I'm in home EC2. So that's my location. So I'm saying VI mycron.sh. Mycron.sh. You can give any name, but I'm using mycron.sh. Mycron.sh. You all know very well, right? Press enter. When you press enter, you go inside. You're going to do I for insert, and then right click and paste. That's all you need to do. Mine is having always trouble because of Zoom thingy. Sorry for my Zoom. Just 1 second. Yeah. Press I and right click and paste it. Sorry, what did I copy? Sorry for that. What's going on here? I thought I copied this only. Control C. VI mycron.sh. Press I for insert, right click and paste it here. Okay, perfect. Can I count everyone as able to paste it? We are not changing a single word. This one will create a log file. Okay. So escape colon WQ. Now your permission chmod plus X mycron.sh. Mycron.sh chmod plus X mycron.sh. Give permission chmod space plus X mycron.sh. Right? Now run it / mycron.sh. So if I run it, I should see log file, get log, and you will see the data. Run again, run again, run again, run again, and you can now see the log. Log will have multiple entry. Give me thumbs up if you are able to see that. So that shows that if somebody call my cron script, I will see timestamps. Run again, up arrow, run again, up arrow, run again, up arrow, run again, up arrow. So every time you run, it gets a timestamps. This is just for demonstration only. If I need to send email, rather than here, I'll write a send email, copy and all. Next week is your project due, no, right? So don't disappoint me. I know last time people say, dog is sitting, emergency, I'm sick and all. Only person will lose is you, okay? You come or not, I'll be here, okay? I want to appreciate those who are putting effort. Project details are there already in the forum. Don't just cut the corner, because you learn more, you can do a lot of things. So do you guys agree? Our script is ready. The first step, A section is ready, and I tested it manually. Every time I ran, log file has a new entry. Give me thumbs up if you're clear with the section A. Good. Okay. Now we are going to do second step. So we'll say VI mycron.cron. 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 VI mycron.cron. .cron. I'm giving names so at least I know that this is a schedule. Mycron.cron. Mycron.cron. Okay. Press enter and say I for insert, I for insert, I for insert. Now go to your forum and copy this line. Only this line, only one line. Copy this line. You can do easily. Don't make it hard. Just copy that. Highlight, Control C. Control C. Once you copy that, go to here. You already did I. Right click and paste it. You just need one line. That's it. That's it. So you're saying every 1 minute, run this job. This job will write into log the timestamp. So we can check the tail. If we can see line entry added, it means schedule works. Then I can modify this program and I can send email every hours. You can send, if you want to change these steps, you can do that. If you comment this line, then job will stop, right? So right now we added this line. Now do escape, escape, colon WQ. WQ means write and quit. And you always check cat micron.cron, make sure you have proper syntax. So always do cat micron.cron, making sure you have proper syntax. 5-star is there and your script with the full absolute path. Always check that, because if there is a minor mistakes, you can fix it. Some people, what they do that after this one, they kind of do this thing. Append, ampersand 1 and 2 like that, and give it to null. They do null, they have null. Again, this is a little bit advanced for you, so I'm not expending time. Basically, they say don't create log file, send it to null like that. Basically, output don't generate. That's what we are saying. Don't worry about right now. That's a little bit later. Good. So right now, we created a cron, which is the step 2. So we did step 2. Any question with step 2? Now we are going to add the step 2 into cron. So check it out. Write down cron tab space micron.cron. So you're going to say cron tab. Cron tab is a command, and space micron.cron, which is your file. So cron tab, tab, tab. Cron tab is a command, space micron.cron. That's the file, that file you created, which has a schedule. So you're now putting that and it will start working. Make sense? Press enter. As you can see that you just added your file into cron tab. Give me thumbs up if you know how to write this command, right? The best way to appreciate yourself is give some positive. You look fine. Yes. Thank you. Anthony, in industry, it's very important, pleasing personality. Make sure you smile a little bit more, right? Cron tab, micron.cron. So now, if I want to check it out, cron tab minus L, lowercase l, so you can see entry is there. Yes or no? Cron tab space minus L, minus L. That shows that there's an entry there. Now I'm going to do tail space TAIL tail space minus F log and wait for a minute and see if the entry shows up. You just need to say tada. If entry shows up, you say TAIL tail minus F, right, log. And if entry shows up, just say tada. If you see new entry here, right now it's a 233. If entry shows up, you just say tada.